As you can tell, this is not my normal setup now, is it, Joy? Joy right here is a dog that I'm dog sitting. Come on, Joy. Come say hi. Well, there are some cords. You're right. Good job being vigilant of the cords. Joy, come say hi to the camera and the people. You are now joining the Alfa Romeo F1 team, and she's such a good girl. She's 10 months old, or 9 months old. She's pretty young, full of energy, and don't be shocked if this episode has random cuts and such because she's being so goofy. You licked the camera! Oh, this is going to be great. So, stay tuned, and don't be shocked if Joy helps us to a victory. Or, I doubt a victory. More like maybe some points. Right, Joy? Alright, let's get into the video. As I'm sure you have seen the slight intro, we have some new members to the team. Not only with Joy, but Levi Cochran has suggested that we have another person join our team, and that is Jerry Judy. But let's roll back the clips on why he wanted me to get him. Hello? Oh, Levi, what's up, my man? Yeah, the team's doing great. We just had our very first double points finish. You saw that, right? I mean, P6 for Kimi and Antonio Giovinazzi not sucking? Yeah, that cookie cam's money goes a long way. Yeah. You want what? So let me get this straight. You want the former Alabama wide receiver, Jerry Judy, to be part of the Alfa Romeo F1 team. Yes, you're right. The $11 million a year is a great financial thing that you give me. And I think since it's going to be yearly for the next couple seasons, I will totally get Jerry Judy on my team. You know, today's a great day to wear my Broncos jersey. He's a Bronco, right? Yeah, I'll get him on the team. Don't worry. Jerry Judy. Judy. Cherry Jerry. He's going to be on the Alfa Romeo F1 team. Yes, thank you very much, Levi. Get back to work in the shop. Hey, if you want anyone else in this series, just put it down below. I'll make a little stupid skit for it, too. That's right. Yeah. Regardless of that, we had a pretty good week last week. We got our very first double points finish. So one thing that we need to be looking forward to is who do we want on our team next season? We have 3 routes I feel like we can really take. And depending on how you people vote down below or suggest down below is what route we'll truly take. We have the very first route, which is taking a young Ferrari driver. They're in the Ferrari Junior program or in some facility of it, since we are a Ferrari team. That will be Mick Schumacher, son of Michael Schumacher, 7-time world champion. He's currently running for Haas, and he's been doing amazing. If we take him, he'd be part of our Ferrari program in the Ferrari seat next to Kimi Räikkönen next season. Robert Schwartzman, he's currently lighting it up in F2, so perhaps he could be there. And Callum Ilott, who doesn't have a seat this season because he is the test driver for Ferrari, but he could definitely replace Gio's seat just like that. So these 3 are the young crowd. These 2 are the deserve a chance in F1 again crowd. Daniel Kvyat used to be with Red Bull, AlphaTauri, and Toro Rosso. Not in that order, but he's been a Red Bull driver for almost all his life until recently. He's now the Alpine reserve driver. Kevin Magnussen, a good driver on his best days. He was on Haas for most of his career, and he's always been shipped around before it was time for him. He was actually replaced by Mick Schumacher, so in a sense, it would be good to get a driver who's a little bit more experienced, not yet hit his peak. Not yet hit his peak. As you can tell, my nose is kind of stuffy, and I don't know exactly why. Maybe I'm getting a little bit sick. Of course, the days that I take off from work, I'm going to get sick, right? Tatiana Calderon, she used to be the reserve driver for Alfa Romeo, so it would make sense for that, but she's older than Kevin Magnussen and worse, so I don't really know about that. Nico Hülkenberg is a reserve driver for Aston Martin currently, and Robert Kubica is the reserve driver for Alfa Romeo currently, our team. So we kind of have a slew of 3 reserve drivers here, 2 people that deserve a spot in the sport again, and 3 young talents. Put down below what you kind of want to go for. Do you want to go for a old veteran and we have 2 very old drivers in the car? Or do you want a blend of youth and talent with some people that have basically reached their peak and we know what we're signing up for? Or a young talent that clearly all these guys can become 5 stars, it's just if we're willing to pay for it. So here we are getting closer to it, and as we can tell, we're not gonna get 4th place. We're gonna go with 16th and above because we don't have a crucial engine, and I know it's typically 14th and above for us, but that sponsor ran out, and the only other ones were lower but didn't have as much good pay, so we'll take the guaranteed 100,000. Well, as we can see here, it is soaked out there. So for qualifying, that's going to be crazy in the wet. So, well, qualifying is starting in the wet. Will the drivers wait for the end of the sessions to make their hot laps? With very few long straights, Ardennes is always one of the biggest tests of a car's cornering abilities throughout the season. And I know that some people down below have been asking for me to explain qualifying a little bit better, so I will, or I'll at least attempt. As we see here, we have the cards that we get to choose from that give a better percentage increase, and down below is the bust. So in the game mechanics, you click this and you can get anywhere between a 3 and 15. That's 7, so it will subtract 7 from the 18 that we have. And now this is where we get to the part that could be risky. If we do this 2 to 17, and we get anything above an 11, we bust, therefore having a 0 in our setup bonus. So you want your setup bonus to be as good as possible, like 1 second off, so that whatever time your driver would normally run, it will now be 1 second off. And that's really all I'm going to do with him because I don't trust it with 2. And since the weather is like this, we're going to send him out on an intermediate set first. And we'll do the same for Geo here. But see, with Geo, Very Annoying Chief is only at 15. So we're going to hit the engine thing. 10. I'm not going to risk it with that one, but I'm going to risk it with this one here. Not in the rain. We're not going to risk it in the rain. So now we'll speed it up, and in real life, qualifying has multiple sessions where there's Q1, Q2, Q3, where each time during the qualifying session, the 5 slowest drivers get knocked out. In the game, it's only everyone can do as many runs as they want, race as many tires as they want, and just try to set the best time possible. Here, Geo goes fastest, then, yeah, you know the drill here. It is starting to lighten up, which is good. And now we'll wait till they get in, see where their times truly are at. Looks like we are going to be pretty slow here because we don't have a proper engine, since we can't build an engine yet. Gonna try to increase Kimi's as much as we can. Why not? See, that's the thing with the bust. If you mess up, you mess up. We're gonna send him out there on the ultra softs. We should be able to get him out for 1 and then come back again. We'll see though. Very Annoying Chief. Only able to get him up to there, so that's frustrating, but we'll accept it. As you can tell, right now we're 16th and 19th. That's pretty awful, even though it was dry lap or wet laps there. As we can tell, we are good with strategy when it comes to the wet, but not necessarily all the time. I just hope that they both increase on their times here. Oh, that is a good increase on time. Everyone get back so we can set another lap. Alright, let's see if we can get another lap out here, because if we can, we could guarantee ourselves starting in the top 10, which would be amazing. And just like that, Kimi gets a perfect setup. He should have 1 second off of his time. He should be able to get out there and start a lap, judging by how there's 2 minutes 30 seconds remaining, and his best lap was 1:12, so unless he just wrecks in qualifying, which I have not seen yet, so that doesn't mean it's impossible. We should be able to get both these guys back out there on the track to improve on their times, and maybe we can have another stellar qualifying effort. That seems to be how we've been doing our best at these tracks, is when we have a stellar qualifying. Less people to pass in the race, we're not dealing with the troubles of starting on the way back. So we're going to follow Raikkonen around here. Once again, I do apologize for my voice, or if it sounds even more nasally than before, just due to being a little bit under the weather. We're getting put down by some of these other people. We really are seeing some stellar laps here. Where are they going to go? Okay. P8 and P11. Those are pretty stellar lap times. Gio's really starting to show up, but I think that's more of his car than him. And as we can see, we did get what we were going for. Crazy fast from everyone here. If you notice the spread, we're the very first car with the 112, and behind us, the very first car with the 113 is in 17th place. So 16th to 8th is going to be a very tight battle, and that's kind of the last point spots that we can get. But I hope that I explained qualifying a little bit better, and I might be trying to do these videos in a slightly different manner to where I cut information, or not cut information, but cut it in a way to where you only see the laps that matter. You just let me know down below if that's what you like, or if you would rather me just continue with this format. And Joy's sleeping very nicely next beside me, so we're doing good. Until next time, I'm Mike Bosk.